What's up, nail geeks? Today I am bringing you guys the Zoya Innocence collection as well as the Naked Manicure set. So this one was released for the spring. I do have the summer collection and I have that uploading very soon for you guys. So expect these summer releases coming from me in probably another day or two. So let's get started with the Innocence collection. First up is Theo. This is described as a stormy gray with subtle texture, a flash of larger and irregular silver flakies, in silver with dark blue glitter throughout. So this one was kind of reminiscent to me of the pixie dusts, though it does have a bit of an interesting mix to the glitter. In person, you'll mostly see this smoky gray base, and there's lots and lots of sparkle to see here. Really interesting to me. So the glitters themselves I would describe as more like a gunmetal kind of like silvery look, and then there's larger silver flakes in here that are of the larger variety, and they definitely give you a very scattered appearance on the nail on the full manicure. So there are also these smaller blue glitters throughout as well. Just overall a really nice mix of a somewhat dusky kind of vampy appearance. And personally, I would say for full opacity between 2 and 3 coats, though I went to 3 coats just because I felt like going to 3 normal coats gave me that plump appearance that I'm normally going for. Of course, if your nails are shorter, then I definitely think that 2 coats and you'll be just fine. This one does have just a little bit of texture to it. I won't say that it's not as textured as the pixie dust, but there's definitely some medium texture there. So here I'm going in with Zoya's glossy top coat from their Naked Manicure set. I'm just using that for the entire video, so just note that on all of the colors for this collection, I am using that top coat for it. I did want to show you guys here real quick on Theo how it leveled everything out. So just 1 coat of the Naked Manicure glossy top coat, and I was just fine with it. So no texture after that. But as you can see there, I did go in just a touch heavier. Next is Fern. This is described as a balanced sage with a beautiful warm pearl accent. So this one I would describe as a dusky shade. There's definitely a bit of a grayed undertone, almost neutral feeling to me. Definitely a nice warm gray. And the shimmer here I would describe as a golden type of shimmer. It's really kind of luminescent, very glowy overall, and it gives you a very dense sparkle in the final look. The formula to this one feels on the medium side. It builds very quickly to opacity. For full coverage, I'm going to suggest 2 normal coats for this one, and you'll be just fine. The base overall has a really nice self-leveling effect to it. As you're seeing here on that second coat, it just really applies super smooth on the nail, very buttery. The formula on this one is really nice overall. And as you can see, that shimmer just gives a really nice glowing effect overall, kind of warms up the base color even more. And here on the full hand shot, you are seeing the Naked Manicure glossy top coat, and it's smooth sailing. Just overall very nice coverage and self-leveling formula. Next is Aire. This is described as a deep, dusty periwinkle in full coverage cream formula. So this one to me has a heavy formula, definitely can pull off as a 1 coat, though personally even 1 coaters I do like to wear with 2 coats just to really plump it up and look like a gel manicure almost. So as you can see here on that first coat, damn good coverage overall, really nice formula. I will say with this one, be careful of your brush strokes. Just note that there is a very strong self-leveling with this. So definitely be mindful to not overwork it. I mean, you can, it's fine, but I mean, why create more work for yourself, right? So here on that second coat, I'm going in trying to be as minimal as possible on my brush strokes and just letting it do its thing. So here you can see it looks thick on the nail, but just trust me, once you top coat and let it dry down, it's wonderful and super smooth and very glossy overall. I would say that the video to me does appear color accurate. I would definitely agree with the description of a dusty periwinkle. Next is Evette. This is described as a softened grape with a pink undertone to balance and a full coverage cream formula. So the formula on this one feels very similar to Aire. It's a bit on the heavier side in my opinion. Definitely can be pulled off as a one coater as well. Here I would also say just try to reduce your brush strokes as much as possible. It just don't create more work for yourself basically. Just trust that going in with minimal brush strokes and it's going to even itself out. It's a really, really nice formula on this one. Overall, I feel like this video on this color as well is representative to what I'm seeing in person. This is a very flattering grape color and it does have a bit of a pink undertone to it. So really, really nice. I think this is another one that will flatter just about any skin tone. And it's got that bit of a cool tone to it as well. So very nice overall. And here on that second coat, I'm just going in to really like just be extra and just make it have that really nice gel effect that I'm going for. And just smooth sailing overall. But like I said, the formula is a bit on the heavy side. So minimal brush strokes and just let it work itself out. Overall, this stays exactly where you place it, really helps make those tight lines against your cuticles. And honestly, I feel like formulas like this kind of give way to a lasting manicure in my opinion. I feel like when they're heavy like that, they're going to stay put even if you're kind of harsh on your nails. Next is Birch. This is a gentle greased lavender in a full coverage cream formula. So this one is kind of similar to the previous two creams in formula. I do feel like this one was just a touch thinner than the other two. So I would say between a medium to heavy formula, I am going in quite a bit thin on this first coat, I want to note. I just feel like in my experience with Zoya neutrals, they look the best in my opinion going in very thin on the first coat and then coming in medium to just slightly a little thicker on that second coat. And as you can see here on the second coat, I'm going in just a touch heavier, and I really feel like that flatters the formula to Zoya neutrals overall. I just feel like maybe it's the pigment or whatnot, but I just feel like going in light and then normal to heavy, and it really flatters the color overall. Once again, on the full hand shot, you are seeing the glossy top coat be used here, and just really nice self-leveling overall. And finally, we have Agnes. This is a warm-toned muted blush in a full coverage cream formula. So this one, once again, I'm going in kind of light on that first coat. I just feel like the neutrals you really got to be a little bit more careful on just to prevent any patchiness, especially on that first coat. So here I'm just spreading it around, creating that nice foundation to come in. And overall, very, very nice coverage. I do have to compliment the formula on all of the creams in this collection. Really strong self-leveling factor here and just easy coverage overall. So here on that second coat, you can see that wonderful buildup happen. I actually wore this one the week after I swatched it and I got a couple compliments on it. So I really feel like if you're warm toned like myself, definitely like if you're right there in that medium category, I really think this would be a great nude for you. I just felt like it gave that nice chic, classy appearance overall. And even though it has a warm undertone to it, I do think it like really popped on me as a nude. So highly recommend if you are in that category. And next, I'm showing you guys the Naked Manicure set. So I wanted to show you guys exactly how it comes when you order the full set. It comes in this pretty box and all the polishes are just on display in this really nice little set here. On the back, it shows what's in the box, and you can see there's a base, a color corrector, a colored, what I consider a base, and then a satin top coat overall. So the glossy top coat that I was using in this video is unfortunately not included in this set, but we're going to see what's here. So it also comes with this little manual, and it shows you that there are other colored bases that you can get and mix and match to kind of match your skin tone for what your nails look like essentially. So here, I mean, it goes in pretty good detail in my opinion. You can add a purpley color or brown color, whatnot, and just kind of match and customize it to your color. So here I'm going in with the base. Here, this is the Naked base And here I'm just going in. I have nothing on my nails right now. Normally in these videos, you guys are seeing me wear a latex base coat so I can peel them off and keep going. But here I'm completely naked, as odd as that sounds. But I'm just applying the base kind of thin and just starting off here. It does definitely make your nails look a lot nicer if they're very porous like mine. Overall, I do have very porous nails. They tend to curl if too dry. It's a bit of a mess, but I digress. So here I'm going in with the Naked Manicure Perfector. This is in the pink color. It's a bit of what I would consider like a neutral peach shade. It does dry down a little bit on the satin side, so I'm just going in kind of thin. I'm unsure at this point what I'm doing exactly. This is the first time I'm using this, and I wanted the video to kind of reflect exactly what it would be like if you ordered it and you're like, okay, well, there's a book with this, so if something comes with a manual, it's got to be complicated, right? So I'm coming in and just going and reading the book from here. So the book basically says just go in with the base, and then you're going to go in with the color corrector, and I'm letting it dry down in between this video here. So usually I wait about a minute or two, and as you can see here on the transition shot, it's still just semi-glossy in my opinion. Not super glossy, but my nails still kind of look a little healthier than without. So here I am going in with the color corrector. This is the Naked Manicure Perfector. And on the instructions, it says just to go over with on your free edge for that. So I'm a little confused. If you don't have a free edge, if you do rock some shorties, I'm not sure how this would really help you, but just throwing it out there, I think if you did apply it to the very, very edge of your nail, if you do have short nails, then it might give you a lighter look. As you can see here on my free edge, it's not what I would say a stark white. It's what I would consider a very milky kind of like jellified white in my opinion. So my free edge just looks a lot cleaner. I don't really have any stains for the most part, thankfully, knock on wood. But I'm just going in and doing exactly that. So we are going in with that perfector on the free edge only. And finally, I'm going in with the Naked Manicure Satin Seal, and according to the book, it just says you need to gently roll the bottle between your hands for 20 seconds before. So I would describe this as a satin top coat, not quite matte, but it's right there, like not as harsh. So I did this, just that. I rolled it between my hands for a few seconds, and then now I'm applying it. So I do want to know, I think it's very important to roll it in your hands for the 20 seconds. I obviously did not do that as I am impatient, unfortunately. So I feel like on my middle finger here and my index finger, you'll see it kind of apply just a little bit not as smooth, I would say. So definitely I feel like this one you could probably go in a little heavier. I might have also been going in a little too thin, to be honest, and then, you know, without the full rolling factor. So this is the final look for the Naked Manicure. I want to note that my first three fingers are still pretty wet. My pinky is a better representation of what that satin color looks like, what that satin top coat does. And I'm always a glossy girl, so I'm going in with the Naked Manicure Glossy Top Coat, which is sold separately, and I'm just glossifying it. I do feel like depending on your preference, if you want that manicured salon look, I think that the glossy top coat looks best with this. Although if you really want that super natural look where it's kind of matte, because I do understand that, you know, glossy nails are not natural, I get that. But if that is your thing and you want that satin effect to your nails, then sure, this kit is absolutely wonderful. Otherwise, overall, I would recommend getting the glossy top coat, and you can see here, now that looks really nice. To me, that looks like a salon manicure. So overall, I would recommend the Naked Manicure set. I think it's a really nice kit. I've been playing around with it since I recorded this video, and I do think it adds a bit of strength to my nails overall. So if you've got like a job or something where you need natural nails and you're not allowed to wear polish or whatnot, I think this is a great avenue for you, that it would give you several layers of protection to your nails as opposed to just wearing maybe like a top coat or whatnot. So otherwise, I think this is really cool that the two perfectors can be customized depending on what colors you've got, because they have quite a few of them to mix and match. So it's kind of like a jelly manicure where you can mix and match like a nude, a pink, a lavender. They've got all of these other colors in here that you can mix, and you just kind of layer them over each other, kind of like a pond mani, and you'll get a more customizable look. So overall, I think this kit's pretty cool. Definitely want to see in the future, maybe I'll grab some of the other colors and play around with them in the future, and we can see what different combinations we can get. So the Zoya Innocence collection and the Naked Manicure set are both currently available over at Zoya's website. I will link you guys below, as well as my blog post. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.